What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with the award-winning advice-giving New Mano.
That's right.
And it's time for Ask Yee. We got Omar on the line. What's up, Omar?
Hey, Yee, how you doing today?
I'm good. What's your question for us today?
Yeah, so I'm having a issue with my wife, with our kids transitioning out into the world. I have two of them, a boy and a girl, and they're one's 24 and the other one is 22.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not transitioning the way that I feel they should be at this stage in their life.
You want them out the house.
Right, yeah. And I'm, my wife's like, the economy's rough, times are hard, and she doesn't want them to boomerang back. But I mean, at what point do you say, enough's enough and let them fly?
Well, first, she is right. The economy is rough. I will say that. It is a tough time. 22 and 24 is not that crazy, though. Did they go to school? Like, what's the plan?
So the current, they're not in school. They're working, but their jobs aren't consistent. They have a hard time with maintaining employment and taking accountability for their shortcomings and not growing in the fields that they're trying to pursue.
Okay. So you want them to be more responsible and I will say I moved out, I went to college and never came back.
Yeah, you moved out
17.
13?
And my parents were not playing with me. That was a little bit of tough love.
It was a different time
I
then.
do think now. I mean, how old is your son, Mano?
22.
22.
He's still home.
And he's still home. Do you want him to get out?
That's
No, he doesn't. No.
It kills me because when I see him, even now when I see my son go open up the refrigerator, it aggravates me.
Oh my gosh!
No, the thing is this though. I want to be able to hold him down as long as possible. I don't want to hold him back, but at the same time, if he needs the support, then you gotta do it. But I get it though. You want to see them go out and flourish though. I understand what you're saying.
Right. Right, but when does it? But does it border the line of enabling? When is that line?
I do. It is. The economy is really messed up for everybody right now, and so I would be more patient. But maybe you need to give them more responsibilities while they're staying in the house.
Okay.
Are they working or not work? Like if they just sitting around doing nothing, that's one thing. But if they are being progressive and actually working, and
he said off and on working.
They trying though, right?
And are they contributing to the household expenses?
Oh, so when it comes to that, they kind of cherry pick on what they want to be responsible of paying.
Well, you need to set some rules with that. Then I think
foot down.
Yeah, you have to say, okay, you guys are staying here. Here's what the rules are. Because at the same time, you want them to be able to save to move out, but you also want them to know you don't want to be mad when your son opened the fridge because if he's contributing to the money that's paying for the groceries, it's a different story. Right. You know what I'm saying? And if he's also buying groceries. So what you need to do is establish some rules as far as what they're going to be responsible for while they're living in the home. That could also be beneficial for you guys taking care of household expenses.
Right, definitely. Okay.
And then I think financial literacy and education is not always something that we learn. And what you might want to do is also put them, make sure that they're on a budget to save a certain amount of money so they know when they hit this mark, it's time for them to look for a place. Because sometimes it's not easy also figuring out how do I budget, how do I save? And these are all responsibilities that you can be helping them learn, but also having them contribute.
Definitely. And I find that, and it gets to the point where, it's like, we're the adults, and we should, we know I got the money, but they don't, and so you run into that issue when it comes to the financial aspect of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you got to be like, if you want to stay here, this is what you have to do.
All right. Well, I definitely appreciate you guys' insight, and I'll tell me and my wife we'll talk some more about it, and maybe go at it a little differently,
And maybe you even help them with, I don't know how you feel about this, but maybe just even a down payment to get a place, offer that, and then they got to take it from there.
Yeah.
If they got to pay first month's rent or whatever, you give them that little push, a little head start. We still care, but we want you out.
Right,
it's a balance.
Definitely. All right. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate your time today. All right. You guys take care.
All right. You too.